SAP Process Orchestration is our strategic integration offering for integration of on-premise applications and hybrid scenarios. It allows various deployment options which result in different system landscape architectures. In this video, you will get a brief overview of what kind of deployment options exist in the context of application integration. You will learn about various options and use cases for a distributed integration landscape. And we will look at how version interoperability between Hub and Adapter Engine gives you the flexibility to leverage new deployments, for example, in hybrid scenarios with the possibility to run Hub and non-central Adapter Engines on different release or support package stack level. In general, we distinguish between mandatory deployed and optional deployed components. A mandatory deployed component is an integration domain which fully operates on its own, whereas an optional deployed component can be added to an integration domain to scale out the system landscape. Although it is its own system with its own system ID and independent runtime components, it has dependencies on services that only the assigned domain provides. We distinguish between three mandatory deployed options. The first option is the so-called Process Integration Dual Usage type. It is technically based on both Application Server ABAP and Application Server Java. The core of a middleware, the messaging system, resides on the ABAP stack. Same with the business process engine for running integration-centric processes and the user management. The adapter engine holding most of the connectors, as well as the mapping engine, runs on the Java stack. The second option allows you to avoid a higher TCO in terms of hardware costs, as well as operation and monitoring costs, which come with a dual-stack architecture. With Process Orchestration, we have provided an integration offering that runs on a single-stack architecture, namely an Application Server Java. Process Orchestration is our strategic integration offering for an on-premise deployment which covers the full functional range of an integration platform, including message processing, connectivity, and business process and rules management. The third option is the Advanced Adapter Engine Extended. It is an evolvement of the Advanced Adapter Engine, which provides the same capabilities as SAP Process Orchestration in terms of messaging and connectivity, but no business process and rules management capabilities. So, if pure messaging meets your technical requirements, you can go with the Advanced Adapter Engine Extended option. Otherwise, if you have additional requirements for stateful messaging or human-centric business process management across applications, SAP Process Orchestration is the preferred option. All three mandatory installation options do provide tools for designing and configuring integration content, such as the Enterprise Services Repository, the Integration Directory, and a System Landscape Directory. And that's where the Advanced Adapter Engine, as optional deployed component, differs from the mandatory deployed components. The Advanced Adapter Engine is a pure runtime component. You can use the Advanced Adapter Engine standalone next to any of the options already discussed. That means the Advanced Adapter Engine runs as its own system. However, it needs to be assigned to either of the mandatory components because it requires their Enterprise Services Repository and Integration Directory as design and configuration tools to set up the integration scenarios. To explore the various options and use cases for a distributed integration landscape, we will focus on SAP Process Orchestration as the integration domain. However, the same use cases and scenarios also apply for the other options. SAP Process Orchestration can be deployed in a system landscape as a central hub for process orchestration with one or multiple additional adapter engines. The technical benefit of such a distributed landscape is that it ensures centralized governance, maintenance, and monitoring, whereas the runtimes are decoupled and the load can be distributed across the runtimes. we distinguish three use cases: separation, security, and localization. The first use case, separation, leverages non-central adapter engines to separate message processing for different business needs. On a technical level, separating core processes serves to avoid negative impact from other processes running on the central hub competing for the same hardware resources. The most common scenario here is to separate pure messaging from human-centric business processes. In this case, all business process management-related scenarios would run on the central hub, while the scenarios that require messaging only can be spread across one or multiple non-central adapter engines. The second scenario, security, comes into play when you have concerns running scenarios that exchange sensitive data together with other scenarios, or when you communicate with systems outside of your network. Scenarios which involve HR or patient data spring to mind. Running sensitive scenarios on a dedicated runtime enables you to reduce the measures needed to avoid unauthorized access to the sensitive information to the dedicated system only. A very common landscape setup for business-to-business scenarios where you communicate with systems outside of your network is deploying a non-central adapter engine within the demilitarized zone, enforcing network isolation. The third use case, localization, has two aspects to it. First, you can use local adapter engines serving local business needs. You still have a central enterprise services repository and hence can achieve reuse of your design time artifacts. However, in most cases, you simply run different scenarios in the different locations. Secondly, by having the adapter engines close to the connected systems, you can reduce message travel time and latency, as well as reduce network load in global networks. Version interoperability between hub and adapter engine gives you further flexibility to leverage innovations quickly. The hub and the non-central adapter engines do not necessarily have to be on the same release or support package stack level. You can connect an adapter engine of lower version to a hub of higher version and vice versa. This version interoperability gives you flexibility to leverage new deployments without having to upgrade your entire distributed integration landscape. For example, if you use a third-party adapter which has not been released or certified for the higher version. Or to facilitate cloud integration in hybrid scenarios. A dedicated non-central adapter engine where you run your cloud integration scenarios gives you the option to update the non-central adapter engine more frequently to keep pace with the fast innovation cycles of SAP Cloud Platform integration and keep the SAP Process Orchestration system on a lower version as needed. If you're looking for further information, check out these links.